wholesome feed biscuits. Do I have a giant egg here? Have I started raising ostriches or perhaps dinosaurs? You might ask that very question. I want to talk about something fun that I do for my family, for my kiddos. I've talked about this a bazillion times for our advent calendars and our Valentine's Day countdown calendars. We love, and my son especially, is a neurodivergent kid that loves to be able to mark time in certain ways. And I have found that something that really helps him know the seasons and kind of not get anxious about holidays being over is to have different advent calendars or countdown boxes for different holidays. So we kind of did a spring version of this, and now we're going to do an Easter version, a countdown box. So I got them, I just went to the grocery store and I found giant plastic eggs that come apart. Mom. So you can fill them up with whatever you want. So each kid gets a giant egg, and then normally I will do 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I find a full month can be a little bit overwhelming for a countdown, but maybe that's just me. So 2 to 3 weeks before Easter for us, or for spring or summer holidays, you could do this in all sorts of different ways. I think if you go back, and if I can find it, I'll put a link down in the description box to my Valentine's Day countdown box, which has been a huge hit. We've been doing that since he was a little tiny toddler. He loves it. He talks about it every year. So I got each kid a different looking egg. If they're a little bit older, and this is a family tradition, you can have them decorate it. My son's not quite in an age where I feel like if you decorated it, it's anything that's going to last. Like it would just end up peeling off and I'd have to get a new egg. And my little tiny 1-year-old is definitely not at that stage. So this is my 1-year-old's little countdown one, and I have Abraham's open. So this is his. He loves pink. He loves metallic-y stuff. He loves this one. I had him, guess which egg was his, and he guessed the right one. So every morning, generally before breakfast, after we've had our cuddles and our talks about, what do we dream, what do we want to do for the day, we just have fun, like chitter chatter and cuddle time every morning. Then we go and we open up. So what I did, because I didn't want to overload with sugar for this, is I individualized. I bought like a whole thing of Peeps, and we've gone through a lot of these already, but I got pink Peeps and yellow Peeps, and then I bagged them up because I didn't want him to get an entire package of Peeps each day. So we make Peeps Hot Cocoa. You've seen that in the vlogs. As a little tasty treat, we take these out on the fire pit if it isn't rainy, and we make Peeps s'mores. That's really fun. I also got a whole box of Reese's Pieces little chocolate peanut butter eggs. These actually haven't been a big hit. Turns out he doesn't like them, but great deal for like $2. You get almost your entire 2 weeks worth of goodies because I put 2 or 3 eggs per Ziploc, and then I can reuse these. You could also do wax paper. You could do little reusable cloth ones. You could use anything you want. I just kind of grabbed this because I'm a Tucker mama, and they have these bags. I bought these sandwich bags like years ago, and I just never used them. And then I also did crafting supplies. So I have glitter pins. Oh yeah. I think I got these at Target. You can probably find other stuff at Dollar Store. I find that their kids like glitter pins run out really fast. I don't actually know. I think for like an extra 25 cents you actually get more at the stuff from like the regular brand. So he's got a whole bunch of glitter pins, and he's got more treats in here. And then for the baby, I did little baby fruit pouches in there. And she can't have a new pouch every day because, if she can eat one, but she's not quite at a stage where she can eat a whole kid-sized pouch. So sometimes I would just stick the one from the fridge back in that morning and let her grab it. And honestly, the 1-year-old just likes to chew on the eggs. Like, she doesn't care about what's in there. I also sometimes put some of her different little baby toys in there for her. I think next year I'm going to do more mini crafting supplies. I bought the crafting supplies, but then Abraham found them all and started using them before I could put them in the eggs. So I love going to the dollar store for that. They have like little puffball chickens and little puffball wild animals that you can glue together that come in little tiny bags, and they fit perfect in these eggs. So I try to do also little sheets of paper that have an activity. So a mommy and me date, a fun play thing, go to the trampoline zone, go to the park, you know, go get donuts, go swim. So like little treats. It doesn't all have to be sugar. You could do totally no sugar. Surprisingly enough, the like sugar candies are actually the least popular in this, but I think that's just because they're peanut butter. But these have been a huge hit this year as a way to kind of tend over into spring from winter when there's not a lot going on, you know? And it's easy for little critters to kind of get cabin fever, I think, especially. Like if you are homeschooling kids and, you know, you're juggling a bunch of different ages, I love these things. It keeps them entertained. It gives them something to look forwards to. Abraham helps give his sister them, so it's kind of like sharing and communication. I just think it's a really fun thing to do. And you can literally fill them with anything. It could be absolutely anything you want to do. You can do it for any length of time. I think we're going to do a summer countdown box, probably starting in May, is my guess, because it's been such a big fun hit. And honestly, you can repurpose your kids' toys. My son is kind of sneaky about that and notices these things, but a lot of kids don't. So you can literally just go back in and grab some of their toys, bag it up, or just toss it in there and be like, oh, look, I got you another one of these. You know? Do I think you should lie to your children? No. Do I think you should sometimes remind them to have gratitude for the things they do have? Yes. And I feel like that can be a really valuable lesson. But I just think it's so nice to have little celebratory things that we do throughout the year to make the year magic, you know? And to have a time as family where like we all get excited, right? We sit on the sofa, my son brings the eggs over, and both kids open them up, and we all just have a nice little moment with it, you know? And if we're having one of those mornings where like everybody woke up on the wrong side of the bed and there's a lot of crabbiness, this can kind of help turn that around, because it's an exciting thing, it's a little thing to look forward to, it's a little treat. Sometimes it's a little sugar and they can go run it off outside, you know? It's just a nice family thing to do. So I wanted to share that with you, because whenever I come up with new traditions for us, I always kind of test them out, see how they work, and then it's just nice to share it, because traditions for me are one of the ways that we really build a sense of family and community. And it's worked wonders for my son. He really loves having these traditions. He tells other people about it, other kids that he plays with about it, his cousins about it, and it's just this thing that is like a point of pride for him, that he is loved enough to have these activities, and I can really tell that makes a difference in his mood and kind of how he processes what are different seasons of the year, you know? Okay, I'm gonna see you over on the next video. I will also see you over on Instagram. You can hear that I'm a little congested. Sorry, biscuits. Spring allergies. I'm gonna sound like this probably through May, because I'm just super allergic this time of year, and I'm on so much allergy medicine. But I'm just gonna sound a little congested, so apologies if that's a weird sound. But I'm gonna skedaddle on off and see you over on the gram.